Oh, Ken, another season's upon us. How's everything looking at South Hobart?
Yeah, it's been a difficult off-season, as normal for us. Now we get a few players move on, try at a higher level, and this year some have succeeded. So we've had a few players leave, but we've also got some players in, and the stocks are good at the moment.
Why, you can understand the guys that want to go to Melbourne to try their luck, but why are people leaving a dominant club like South Hobart to go elsewhere?
Well, I think there's a couple of factors. One is, maybe players' positions are threatened. They don't believe they can get a start. Others look for another challenge. I mean, someone like Shay Hickey, who's won 5-6 trophies with us, is looking for a challenge, and he's at that age where he might also go into coaching as well. So that was a good move for Shay. So little things like that, I think those are the major factors. But certainly we have good quality players who, want to go to the mainland, want to try there, and chance their hand in the bigger leagues.
Did they go with any sort of resentment or bitterness from your end? I mean, are you sort of happy to see, especially the ones that are going to other clubs within the Victory League, is there any resentment from your end of things, or are they sort of free to go?
No, they're free to go. No resentment here. We wish them well. And it's normal for us to pick up the pieces in the off-season and build a squad that we believe will be better than last year and challenge for the championship again.
That's the one thing on your side, I suppose, is that the depth you've got here, so there's no worries about that.
Well, there's always concerns at how quickly the young players will come on, but we've had players like Darcy Hall, Josh Williamson, they're been on the fringes along with young Chrissy Downs, and as you mentioned earlier, we've just signed Undi as well. They're youngsters who can step into the side and make a difference to the team, not weaken it.
There's only 4 of the remaining 11, I think, from the championship wins. It's hard to believe, really, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard, but we move on, and I'm sure this squad will be stronger than last year, and the players are really focused to do well. There's a challenge for them. The new players we're bringing in are good players. They come with good credentials, and once we have them acclimatised and fitted into how we play, I think they'll prove to be good players for the league.
So you don't feel like South Hobart may well come back to the pack this year in terms of the Victory League?
We won't come back to the pack. The pack will have to catch us up, that's for sure. We want to go forward, not backwards. We brought in Kieran Fern, a defender. His experiences with the VIS in Melbourne. He's played at Melbourne Victory and at Melbourne Heart in their youth teams. He's been at West Ham on trial, so he's quality. Connor Kass is a nippy winger who's played 16 months in England in the Conference Leagues. He looks sharp and bright, so he'll add a lot to our team. And then when you think Benny Hamlet, you'll see a revived Benny Hamlet this year. He's really buzzing, he's fit, and he's looking sharp. Banged in a hat-trick last Saturday, looked really good. And then, as I said, Undi and Paul Stevens, a young centre-back, a ready-made replacement for Lucas.
Was there any disagreements inside the squad at all to make them go their separate ways? Did everyone get on well and things like that?
No, great team spirit. I mean, that is probably one of the single factors why we have done well over the last 6-7 years. That the leading group, Uli Lutford, Shay Hickeys, Liam Scotts have been good leaders, so they're a compact unit together. Everybody looks after each other, and they work really hard for the football club.
How do you think you compare to this time last year on paper, squad-wise? Is it the same? Is it? Do you think you're better off, worse off?
Well, I think in size, numbers, quality, we're probably better off. But we're bringing in so many new players. It's just gelling them together, having everybody work to our structure, and pushing on from there. And to be quite honest, I'm happy where we are at this stage.
Is it frustrating at all to sort of lose these players, or do you sort of see it as more of a fresh change and a chance to sort of relish an opportunity?
I think a bit of both. I mean, it's always disappointing to lose key players, but we have some quality in the side, and the young lads pushing through are really super young players, and we expect them to impose their qualities on our team and the opposition this year, and we go on.
And obviously, so I was going to say, obviously it's got probably a lot to do with Lucas and his skills and ability and everything like that, but does it make you feel pleased that your program can sort of develop a guy like Lucas Hiller now is off playing internationally in the Swiss League?
You're proud of that. And Connor Kass has moved on to Heidelberg Alexander, and we wish Costa well. You know, when you see those type of players move for those challenges, you feel quite proud. And you're right, underneath we feel we are producing good football players, and we think we have 2 or 3 more that this year, around June, July, maybe move away from the state as well to bigger and better things. While we want our own league to develop and South Hobart to develop, we also want players to go and play at a much higher level.
Big test for the Victory League this year, I guess. It was an outstanding success in year 1, but things have to remain the same and make sure it goes forward, I guess.
I think it's got to go forward. I've been quite impressed with the effort put in by Launceston City. Kurt Reynolds has gone in there, brought a good style to the team. He's coaching and managing that well. The keeper's class, and he's brought in some good players as well. So they're going to be different from last year for sure.
And what about following players for South Hobart? Have you ever thought of that, like they're following Danny Allsop in again for that one game? Have you ever considered that for hit?
No, we have maybe 2 coming next week, 3 coming within the next 3 weeks. That'll brighten things up a little bit.
As bigger names as Danny Allsop?
No.
What about a big marquee name like that?
No, not interested in one game. I mean, for us, it's over the season. We want to win the league, so every game we play in, we want to win. And the players that are training day in and day out, they're the ones that will take us there.
Cool. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Yes. All right. All good. All right, mate. Welcome to Tassie. What made you decide to come and play with South Hobart?
Just the opportunities, good coaching, good staff. I think it'd be great to come down here and give the Victory League a go. Being in England for the last 16 months, so looking at sort of come back to home and playing in Australia, playing in Tasmania.
What will you tell us what you're up to in England?
In England, I was doing a 10-week scholarship. I won a scholarship in Melbourne. Went over to England, played 30 games against professional clubs. After doing that, I signed to Stockport for 16 months, and then after not being able to get the right sort of pathways, I thought it was best to come back home, come back to Melbourne. Checked out the NPL in Melbourne, and then got a better offer down here. So,
when you say a better offer, how's it a better offer compared to what you get at home?
The players, the coaching, it's a lot better down here. It's full-time training, so I get to train every single day. Obviously, I enjoy that, so it's very good.
How did you sort of hear about the Victory League? Is that something that had popped up more so when you're in England or on the way back, or when you hit Melbourne? And has it got quite a good name, and I suppose to draw someone of your calibre down here?
I was told to come here by David Clarkson, so he was sort of looking out for me and mentioned that this league is really good. So I came down, checked it out for a few days, noticed that it was, liked the coaching, liked the players, and then decided to stay.
And what sort of player are you, mate? Tell us about that.
Attacking midfielder, like to be on the ball, like to dribble, like to shoot, like to play through balls, nice and quick.
You know much about South Hobart itself? It's a pretty powerful club down here.
Yeah, I've heard it's won the last 6 years in a row, so we've got to keep it strong and make it 7.
Is that something that you're after in your career at this stage? Is sort of not chasing championships, but you're out there to win?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. If you want to be a professional, you got to win. You got to love what you do, and the championship at the end of the year is the best thing you can get.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Stay there,